Oh, I just can't let y'all catch me lacking this video. Lips not about to be crusty. What's up, y'all? So today I'm making another video for y'all. This is my Lightroom tutorial. I will be doing a Lightroom tutorial on the computer, my iMac, and also on my iPhone on the Lightroom app. These are two different apps. I don't have the same Lightrooms, as in there's two different Lightrooms on Adobe that they sell. One is Lightroom CC, and then the other one is like just Lightroom something. I don't know, but the other one, I like the other one better. I ain't gonna lie, because there's way more things to work with within coloring and stuff like that. But we gonna make it work. You know, that's what we do on this channel. We make it work. So anyway, let's get into this. All right, y'all. So right now I'm already in Lightroom on the computer. When you do import photos, hold on, let me actually import these first so I can show you guys. So basically this is when you click import on, it would be on this side right here, and you would look through whatever files your pictures are on, and you would select those photos, which mine is in a folder called Jalil Sample, because these are the sample photos that I'm going to be using today, and we're probably going to be using them on my iPhone also. Probably going to turn out different on each edit, I'm not going to lie, because for the simple fact that first of all, I don't really have good knowledge on photography. I have decent knowledge, but you know, that's what practice is for. So you know what I mean, I'm decent. I'll only get better, you know what I mean? That's what we got to do on this channel. We just got to get better. So we're going to select these, select the first one, come over to the last one, hold shift and click the last photo so that you can click all of them together way faster, and then hit import. So now that we hit import, this is what I was talking about down here, right here, is when you would press import, so you can import your photos into the app. So now we're going to come up to the right corner and we're going to go to develop. So we're going to start off with this first picture. I love this picture. This is just a clean picture, man. I gotta say, shout out to Sigma. Sigma makes some nasty ass lenses. All right, so anyway, what I like to do is I like to go to my temperatures and tints and fix the colors that need to be fixed. Actually, you know what? I lied. I like to go to the color, the tone curve, and I like to give my pictures a little S curve. You know what I mean? You probably don't know what I mean, but that's why I'm making this video for y'all, so y'all understand. So the S curve is basically, this is your shadows, or your blacks, your shadows, I believe your midtones, and then your highlights over here. So this is your highlight point right here, and then this is your shadows point right here. So if you wanted everything to be dark, you know, you would slide this over. Don't do this like this right here. This is crushing your blacks. Actually, this look kind of dope like if you're on an RT level, but we're not doing that today. So we're doing it how I do it. So anyway, this is your highlights. If you want to blow them out, don't do that. That looks terrible. Blowing out your highlights, that's terrible. So anyway, you guys get the gist of what each point does. So what we're gonna do right now, dang, my highline blinging. All right, so anyway, what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna make a point down in the shadows, and then make a point in like the highlight midtones. So now we're going to bring down the shadows more into the blacks. I like to look at this right here. I forgot what this is called. Oh, histogram, that's what it's called. It's right there. So the histogram, this is your blacks. It tells you right there below, right here, blacks, shadows, exposure, highlights, and whites. So you're gonna look at this thing to show you when you're doing too much. When you are going past over here, like way over in the blacks, you're doing too much. If you're going way over in the whites, you're doing too much. So I'm gonna bring these down just a little bit. I'm thinking that's pretty good. I'm just going off of my eye right now. And to let y'all know too, I don't know terms. I'm not a photographer. I don't know. I'm a video nigga. So that looks about good. This is the S curve, what they call an S curve. It looks like a shitty S curve, but for this atmosphere that we're working in this picture, you know, the window obviously exposes outside pretty good. So now we're going to go to the temperature and tint, and we're actually going to fix like the colors, you know what I mean, like raise up what looks best to us, you know what I mean? So example, like if you're in like a really orangey light setting, like outside street lights and like just inside of regular apartments and houses and stuff like that, and you want to take a picture and edit it but you don't have a flash or anything like that, you would mess with these temperature and tint sliders so that you can make the light a little more realistic and less eyesore, you know what I mean? So that looks pretty good. I don't know if I edit these pictures personally on Lightroom on my phone. I like editing on my phone because the Lightroom on there is amazing. So I think for temperature, I'm gonna bring it at +1, and then tint. I like a lot of my photos that have a green tint. That's just me. Like I just love that. So I'm gonna bring it down to a -3. So for exposure, that is just this, you know, what I was telling you, like if your photo, basically what it is if your photo is too dark, like pretend it was like right there, you would bring this up and lighten your photo. And if your photo was too bright, then you would bring it down and darken it out so it looks better. But yeah, F that, we know how to use our camera. So yeah, it's already perfectly exposed how I like it. We're gonna go to the shadows. Now I know we just did that, Colette, we just did that in the S curve, but you know, this is a little more fine detail, if you know what I mean. So we're gonna go to the shadows. We don't really want to crush blacks, honestly. We don't want it unrealistic looking, where the photo is just gonna be looking about dumb as hell. But we're gonna bring the shadows up just a little bit, probably +21. Whites, we can bring those down just a little bit because I feel like the background is a little too bright, just a little bit. -36, maybe not -36, maybe like -29. Blacks, I don't really mess with blacks so much like that unless it's really looking like faded. But we can mess with it right now just so you can see what it does. It basically like you mess with your shadows, and if your shadows isn't enough, then you bring the blacks down so it won't be so faded, washed out look. But also we can go back to the S curve and also mess with the blacks down here and fine tune the blacks also. Whichever way you like it. I just do whatever is available at the time if I'm feeling lazy or if I'm not feeling. So now it's not really an S curve. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know, an I curve, face ass, no, but yeah. So now we're gonna go to presence. Now we're gonna go to presence. I mess with the textures a little bit, not so much, because you don't want everybody's, like when you mess with texture and clarity, like that brings out everything on people's skin, just like the pimples, you know, moles, whatever they have on their face and stuff like that. And I'm not the type of person to edit stuff like to the max like that, but I will show you guys how to do that. So texture just up a little bit, just so it looks crispy, even though the lens is already crispy, but just bump it up a little for a little more crisp. And then clarity, I really don't bring up clarity. I really don't play with clarity. I do low-key when I'm shooting like photos of my liking and stuff like that. And clarity low-key, when you bring it down, it low-key gives a dream look. So it looks pretty cool, but I don't know if I want to do the dream look this time. So we're just gonna make this photo look extra crispy. So +8, not too much. All this other stuff I really don't worry about. Vibrance, you can mess with vibrance. Oversaturation, I would suggest vibrance over saturation, because saturation just messes with colors and doesn't mess with other colors, and vibrance kind of equally brings the colors out within the photo with everything. So, and you know, skin color, you know, this is what it originally looked like. His skin looks decent probably to you guys, but it's a little bit kind of unrealistic. Like Jalil don't really look like they're a real person. So like, you know, we gonna bring these up and give him his skin tone back. And I think that looks about good at +48. So now we're gonna get down to the fun part. This is what I call fun. So the hue, saturation, and luminance. Hues, these actually manipulate the colors and stuff like that. So, you know, look at the bridge in the back here. This bridge is blue, obviously. So we're gonna go to blue, and we're gonna slide the slider. You know, if you bring it over here, it's gonna be like a teal color. If you bring it over here, it's gonna be purple. I don't like to really mess with colors like that, but you know, this bridge, I low-key want it to pop a little bit more. So we're gonna make this bridge like a little teal color a little bit. So I'm just gonna bring the blue just over -10. There's not really a lot to manipulate and colors to manipulate in this picture, because for the simple fact that color scheme of this photo is really just a black, white, and gray tone, and the only tones in this really is the skin tones and then that blue bridge in the background. I usually do mess with the skins with the hue too. If they look a little too yellow, green, you know, whatever, or a little too red. All skin tones fall in the range of orange. Everybody's skin tone, white people, black people, Chinese, whatever, Mexican, everybody's skin color is orange, usually orange. For the most part, what I've worked with, it's orange. So we're gonna go still in the hue tab, orange. We're gonna slide this over. This is looking a little more better, I'm not even gonna lie. Slide this over just a little bit, maybe like -19. So we're gonna look at the difference. Press it on and off. So this is the before, this is the after. The before, you see how it looks a little green, yellowish. So I'm gonna turn it back on. Now we getting that brown skin. I'm not gonna lie, like I told you, I'm not really good at, like, you know, editing photos and stuff like that. I'm decent, but I do want to learn. Like, if anybody could teach me how to make skin tones look rich, like dark skinned people and stuff like that, and how to make it look really realistic, teach me that. Don't be so stubborn. All right, so we're gonna go to the saturation and bring up these oranges also, just a little bit. We don't want the skin doing too much, you know what I mean? So basically, I would say we're good with this. Honestly, maybe mess with the bridge a little bit. It was a little too blue to me, so we're gonna bring down the saturation down to a cool -33. Now this is my favorite part right here. It's not as good as the other Lightroom, and this is what I meant. It's called split toning. Split toning is basically color grading the photo, but not how I like to. I like the color grading wheels and stuff like that, because, you know, editing videos on Premiere Pro, we got color wheels. So we're gonna go to the highlights. I usually make the highlights like an orangish color or a blue color, like straight blue. Because usually with the circle wheels, you got your mid-tones, your shadows, and then your highlights. And I like a teal look, like an orangey teal look. It's a popular look. I wish I knew more. I'm gonna try to learn more, but this is just my favorite at the moment. So we're gonna grab this, click in this little area of colors, and we're just gonna click and drag and find what color looks best for this photo. So I'm thinking orange for the highlights, like I said. This looks about right, I think. Click out of the highlights and let's go to shadows. And shadows, I always usually put shadows at a teal color. Just like I said, I'm doing an orange and teal look. Everybody uses it. Everybody, man. If they tell you they don't, they lying. For the shadows and the highlights, I'm not going super up, super high up. Like, this is what it's gonna look like. Like, no, we not doing that. So that's super blue. That looks terrible. Whoa. I just wanted to go back. Okay, I gotta go back myself. Okay, so everything is really tedious and minor. Like, when you come to editing, everybody thinks you gotta do this, this, and this, and this, and this, and you really don't. Like, that's how I was thinking, like, dang, I gotta put a heavy grade on this, a heavy color on this photo, and you really don't. Like, the little things you will notice, like you're doing something with minor things for sure. So that looks decent. Again, like, I'm just doing like a little quick example. I'm bringing it down just a little bit more. There we go. It looks about good. This is how you look at your before and after photo, the R and A down here in this little area. I'm just gonna click this so you guys can see the difference of what I've started from. Or actually, it's not R and A, it's Y and Y, my bad. You can see this is the before, this is the after. And then I honestly, like, you can mess with the sharpening and stuff like that, and the noise reduction. Usually I do. You can mess with the noise reduction. Usually I mess with noise reduction to make the photo a little more clean on the skin and like crispy, I guess, a little bit, but not really. Sometimes it just makes it super soft and like weird looking. We have 3 more photos right here. Advice and some shortcuts. So if you didn't want to like redo the like whole color scheme, going through here, doing all the color curves and stuff like that, instead of doing all that, you can go back to the first photo that you did edit and that you did like the colors and the editing, and you can press Command C, or on PC it might be Control C maybe, and that's how you copy the attributes. And you would go to the next photo and you would press Command V. Now I'm on Mac, so these are my shortcuts and stuff like that, and it might be Control V for PC users. You can copy the same edit on another photo, and we'll do it for the next one also. Dope. The colors is all there. It's set up for you. Come on, Adobe, you doing your thing. So like that's really all you gotta do, you know. The same thing for this one. Obviously this is just an example, and shoot, this is another colorway for the photos, you know, a different style for the photos. And also if you want to, you know, sometimes like colors be cool, but sometimes a nice little black and white is just nasty on a photo. And one that I like to use is actually like a preset inside of Lightroom. You would go over to the left over here and you would press presets, and go on. This is all open because I've been used it, and then you would go to black and white or B&W, open that, and here's all your black and white presets. And honestly, the black and white preset I like to use is honestly the B&W punch, black and white punch. Besides that, you could collect, I believe it's V, and it just brings it. I'm not sure what black and white that is, but I think it's just a simple black and white. So now we're gonna switch over to the phone now. I was a little hesitant on deleting these photos that's already in my gallery, but I have made a preset, so I could always edit them again and put the preset back on it. Okay, so now we're gonna press down in this little area right here, the plus sign with the picture next to the camera, and we're gonna go from camera roll. So these are all the photos that I had just deleted and that we're gonna use as an example. So I think they imported actually right here. So this is the first photo right here. So for this one, let me take it off the fast charger. Go get you one. Phone be charged like this. I like to start off in here at my S curve. Also, I love starting with the S curve. So we're gonna mess with the shadows, bring these down. Like I said, this might look different from the Lightroom CC, because Lightroom CC is for old niggas. Not gonna lie, I'm just now getting hip and noticing that. Hold on, I'm thirsty. We're gonna lift these highlights a little bit. Lift them a little bit. They might be more highlighty than the other photo for real on Lightroom. I'm not for sure, but yeah, bring these blacks down a little bit, not to where you're crushing them. You don't ever want to crush black. Contrast, I don't know if you really need contrast, just maybe a little bit. That looks about good for real, but you don't need really a lot once you already mess with the shadows and blacks. Basically, that S curve is basically your contrast, honestly, but a little more customized. Highlights, I know we just brought them up a little bit, but we can bring them down. And for the shadows, bring the shadows up just a little bit. Whites, maybe bring up just a little bit. Blacks, we're gonna bring these back down to level that out a little bit. And here we go. We got temp sliders and tint sliders, you know what I mean? But honestly, we're not even gonna do that right now. We're actually gonna go straight to the mix icon, and we're gonna mess with the skin tones. I'm gonna try to edit this just like how I edited it on the phone. Like, I'm gonna try. We're gonna go to the hue and the oranges, skin colors. Did you remember? Skin colors, we're gonna bring the hue just a little bit over, maybe to about -17, and then the saturation is right there, so we're just gonna mess with that a little bit too. Bring that up maybe to +17. Luminance, this is something I didn't really mess with on Lightroom CC because I just forgot, but luminance, really, you don't really need to mess with luminance. Honestly, I don't understand what the hell luminance is for, but I know what I'm doing with it though. Yellow is also can fall into skin colors also, like you guys can see. It's just certain parts of the skin color. And this one is not so much showing in here. It is a little bit if you look on the arms over here and this little area right here. But not so much, but you can see it affects the background. I don't really like going over here honestly with yellows either way. I always like to stay in the oranges. I like how the background looks a little more orangey. Orange just looks so clean to me, like yellow, like, So we're gonna bring the saturation up a little bit more, make those pop. The bridge again, we're gonna go over to our blues. It doesn't show you what the actual, like it doesn't tell you what actual color this is, but this is blue. Go to the bridge, make it a little teal color like we did in Lightroom CC. Bring the saturation down just a little bit. We want it to pop, but not pop that much. We want the bridge to look decent though. The luminance, I guess luminance is like a shadow light thing. I really don't know. I would ask Dominic. Luminance, we'll put it right there. Honestly, it looks pretty cool. And actually, we're gonna actually get up out of here. Press done. So here's my favorite part: color grading. So this is how I made the photo look how it looked like, you know, on Instagram. And then for the shadows, we're gonna put these in a teal color, teal blue color. So honestly, this looks pretty good right here. And you see like the circle from the middle dot, like they're not really off, you know what I mean, like off out here, like I told y'all, that just looks terrible. So highlights, this is what I meant by highlights, midtones, and shadows. I usually put blue in, like, you know, my teal and orange look to make it look a little more normal, to balance the colors out. This looks decent, but honestly it could go without for real like this. But today, yeah, we could throw a little bit on there like that. That looks decent. I'm not gonna lie, that looks decent. And then there's a global tab over here, color wheel. I don't really use that, honestly. You can use it, bro. Stop messing with my lighting, dude. This computer turns off in like 0.2 seconds. Like, chill out, nigga. It definitely looks decent sometimes. Like right here, I just put it up a little bit in the oranges, and that looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna rock with it. I like how that looks. Vibrance maybe a little bit also, maybe to plus 26 to give it a little more color. Then we're going to go down to the effects tab. I'm not gonna lie, I think I had this texture up, bro, because you can see my bro face like extra clear, but like we're just gonna bring the texture to plus 11. We can bring the clarity up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I think I did bring the texture and the clarity up like this, like in the first editing session by myself. Grain, you can add grain. Grain is like the little tiny specks in the picture, like kind of like a film camera. You'll see like the specks in there. Let me see, like show y'all the difference. So when I turn it back down, crispy, you know, none of that shit. And when you bring it back up, it's the little dots. Honestly, you could do that. It's a style. I'm not here to tell y'all how to edit. I'm here to tell y'all how I edit. I'm definitely gonna show you guys extra stuff though, just so y'all can see different ways of editing, and you can go try yourself and find your own unique style, you know what I mean? Like, shout out Sean Fowler. If you go check out his page, he has like videos with purple skies, and he just like turns his blues into purples. Like, it's dope. Sharpening, you could sharpen the photo if you really wanted to. If you know, like my camera, the 6D Mark II, there's something wrong with that shit, bro. If Canon, if you ever watch this, bro, so look at my boy Jalil up in the cut.
Still in the cut, the boy in the cut.
Man, you trying to be everywhere, bro. Let me make my video though, bro. Canon, like, bro, what's up with the 6D Mark II, bro? Like, the pictures be extra soft, bro. These little bit of photos I shot on the 50mm 1.4, and the lower the aperture for the lens, the crispier, the more bokeh, all of that stuff. So really, I don't need sharpening, but I'll bring it up a little bit for you guys. This looks so good. It looks so good to me, at least. Like, maybe to a photographer, he's like, man, that looks like shit, but this looks good to me, and I'm pretty sure it looks good to people that like don't really edit photos like that, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's really it. And I'll show y'all one more thing, actually two more things. So if you guys wanted to save this as a preset, to put on all of you guys' photos as a style for your Instagram layout and stuff like that, you press these three little dots up here, and you go down here to create preset. I'm not gonna save this as a preset. You would name it up here, blah, and then you would press the check mark up in the top right corner. But I'm not gonna do that because I don't really care for this preset, and I already got the preset from the first editing session. Actually, if you buy the full version of Lightroom on your mobile device, it's something called healing. You're gonna press healing, and you can actually zoom into people's faces and really, oh shoot, and really honestly, if people wanted you to take out these like little dots on their face, like they have a pimple or anything, you would press this to move around the photo. The top right corner is the expand button right next to the question mark. And then if you really want to take something out of somebody's face, you would go down to these little circles, pick the size and feathering of the dot that you're going to use for it. So for example, we're going to take this little dot right here out of the picture. Let me press this again. We got our dot, the certain size that we wanted. Press that, and then we would drag this skinnier circle more over to the side, if you know what I mean. So now that dot is gone. No more of that. I just taught y'all how to catfish. Congratulations. I'm out here teaching y'all how to edit photos. I'm teaching y'all how to catfish. Bro, what would y'all do without me? So anyway, I think, like, honestly, I'm not gonna do his whole face. I just wanted you guys to show. I just wanted to show you guys something. Yeah, I think that concludes our little session on how to edit your photos. Take this, edit them photos, do some raw stuff. Man, comment below, tag me in your photos, and show me if you guys learned off my method how to edit these photos and stuff like that, if you understood a little bit. I know a lot of people want me to like one-on-one teach them, but you know, like, you know, that'd be hard, bruh. So I'd rather just make a video for y'all guys to follow along. I try to still make it fun and not boring. Like, comment, share, subscribe for real, because we almost up there at 1,000. And you know, your boy needs some more followers just so we can get these views up on these videos. Need y'all to F with the boy. I'll see y'all guys later. Peace out.